Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video I'm going to be showing you how to make my little 8-bit Master Chief, Master Chef, Spartan, Green Ranger, whatever you want to call him. Green Ranger is my personal favourite, with Master Chef as a quick second. This is going to be a real pain in the balls to remake, sorry about that, I thought that was silent. But, well, let's get started anyway. Going to need black wool, green wool, a little bit of light green wool, some dark grey, orange and brown. Orange and brown aren't so abundant, and that is pretty much it. And whilst I stall, that is not important. Okay then. So I'm going to make him somewhere near Deadpool. I've actually run out of space in my redo world, like where I used to do all of my remade pixel arts. I'm now into a world called Friendship Station, which is where I remake houses and stuff. But, yeah, anyway, alright. So we're going to make the outline first, the outlines of his armour, and then just colour him in. So you want to start off, we're going to be doing his left foot, or technically his right foot. But start off with 12 black blocks on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then you want to raise this right bit here by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then what you want to do is you want to do an up left diagonal, and you want to raise that by 1. And then you want to do another up left diagonal, and you want to come across by 2. Shall I show you what's been done? Sure. Here you go. So pretty simple. It is not getting dark already. I picked the perfect time to do these. Yeah, so that's what you want to have so far. Where's the sun at? We can do a little bit more, but we're going to start from this bit here, actually. So go to the other side and just raise it by 1, and then you want to do 2 up right diagonals, so 1 and 2, and I lied, you want to do 3, so that would be the third, and then you want to go across by 2, then you want to go do a bottom right diagonal, and again, go across by 2, and do an upright diagonal, which is basically placing a block there. And you can see that it's, I mean, a lot of this pixel art is just outline, it's like separating the armour and such. And that's his foot, his sabaton. We'll be making his ankle after I've slept now. It's not really went too dusky yet, but it's going to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sleep, and I will rejoin you. Alright, so we're back at Master Chef's foot. So what you want to do now is, we want to move my desk out of the way a little bit. We want to build this up a little bit. So this middle block here, this one, you want to raise it up by 2. Then you want to do an up left diagonal, and you want to go 3 up. 1, 2, and 3. And then what you want to do is you want to do an up right diagonal, and you want to place 1 on top. And then underneath there, you want to do 2 bottom right diagonals, so it all connects together. As you can see, all of the armour, it's just going to, it'll all connect up quite nicely. This is a bit that I was dreading, to be honest with you, just doing the outline, because it's abundant, I suppose you could say, especially for an 8-bit thing. But you know, you guys want it, so. Or at least a lot of the guys that watched the previous video want it anyway, so that's enough for me. So we're going to start making the other leg, or at least progressing over to it. So this block here, you want to go up 1, you want to go right 2, and then you want to go up 2. And then, well, we can connect those two together later actually. Then you want to find the middle block here, you want to go right 2, and you want to go up 2. Like that. If you can see what I've done. You know, pause that if you have to. Pause where appropriately. If that's a message that I think I'm going to start leaving on the front of my videos, I might do that actually. So from here, this bottom right corner, you want to do a bottom right diagonal. You want to go 1 to the right, and this original block here, you want to come 3 down. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to start, well, that's the beginning of his ankle slash leg slash foot. So from here, you want to do a bottom right diagonal, you want to come down 1, and you want to repeat the same thing. 1 right diagonal, come down 1, and guess what? That's right. On right diagonal, come down 1. So you've reached the floor. See, that is technically his left foot, even though it is on the right. But then, what you want to do is, you want to come across to the right on the bottom row by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you want to come up by 1. So you have this. I think I may need some water. When I next have to cut it off, I'll have to remind myself that. I was just going to ask you to remind me. How is that even? I don't. So from here, do an up left diagonal, and again, and again. So you've done 3, and then you want to come across by 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you just want to do bottom left diagonals until it reaches. Yep, there you go. So you've got a very similar thing to as on the other side. Can see? So now what we're going to do is we're going to connect it to that. So you want to start from the end here, and this middle block here, you want to raise it up by 2, like that, and then you want to do 3 up left diagonals. So that's the first, that's the second, that's the third, like that. And then you want to do 1 final up left diagonal and come across by 2, so that connects. And just raise the middle block 1. So let me show you what you should have for this left, well, technically left, but right leg anyway. Nice and easy, kind of. And this is what you have overall. And let me leave it like that whilst I just figure out how I'm going to do this next bit. Yeah, I think I'll make the torso. Oh, I'll make the torso first. Okay then. So we'll start over from this bit. We're working on this side of the pixel art anyway. You want to do an up left diagonal from that raised block, and you want to go up by 2. Then you want to go to the right one, and then you kind of want to do this shape. I can't even. There you go. That shape. You can see where it started. It's no, I won't say that. That's a bad idea. But you can see the shape. You can see what it is. And I only went up by 2 on that top row, by the way. So once you've made that, you wanna. Shall we make the arm? I keep trying to decide how I want to do this, but I'm gonna go with the original plan. You want to do an up left diagonal, and again. Then you want to go up by 2, and then you want to go to the left 2. And then what you want to do is you want to do a bottom left diagonal, and this is going to be the bottom part of his helmet. And you want to go to the left by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're actually going to leave it at that. So that's what you should have. That's how it should all connect together nicely. Like I said, you went across 6, and so that is a total of 7. That long row. We're going to start making from the other side, just because of how, well, it'll be easier. Trust me, I've done this before. You want to come down to here, you know, this raised 2 bit, and you want to come across by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then you want to come up by 1, and you want to go to the right by 3. 1, 2, 3. And you want to come down 1 here, so you've got this sort of shape. If you can see, pulse out when necessary, you know what to do. And then you want to do, like, you want to raise it on the end here, and there. And then, this spot in the pixel art is actually, like, is completely see-through, so you just want to do, like, a diagonal so it's on top, and you just want to leave that blank. Then you want to do an up left diagonal from there, and there, and you want to go to the left by 2. And then you want to go down 1, left 2, up 1, up left diagonal, across 2, bottom left diagonal, and again, down 2. And that is what you should have. A little bit complicated, a little bit intricate, I suppose. So you want to have that, and oh, you also, this middle block here, you just want to raise that so it connects to the helmet, because that's part of his chest. That's the upper chest. And then this is actually the hand. You want to do a bottom right diagonal, and again, and you just want to come across by 2, and you want to leave that, well, we're not going to leave it blank, just because, well, you just want to connect it together with a dark green, but otherwise it would be blank since we are only just doing the outline. So you can see that. And just so that I don't do anything stupid, this block that I said is supposed to be blank, I'm just going to put like a placer block there so I don't accidentally fill it in later. I'm just going to throw gold. So, you know, you can either do that or you can just be much smarter than me and remember that it's supposed to be like that. And, you know, just, if you do, just make it an obscure colour so you remember. Right, now what we're going to do is, we'll make the other half of his torso and arm and stuff. Alright, so I accidentally messed up the tutorial, but luckily for you, I've edited it out. It's off camera. Nobody needs to know about it. In fact, if I didn't tell you about it right now, you would have never have known. But what we're going to do now is we're going to make the upper part of the torso, his arm and such. So you want to start here, down at this upside down T shape, or as I like to call it, a Tetris shape, and you want to do an upright diagonal, and again, and once more, except this time you want to place one on top, then you want to do another upright diagonal, one on top, then you want to come to the left by 2, then you want to do an up left diagonal, one to the left, up left diagonal, 2 to the left. So it'll all connect up nicely like that, and that is actually like part of his arm, elbow sort of thing. And there's not that much left of him, there's really just his shoulder and his head, or helmet if you like. So what we're going to do is, I might actually make his helmet. I'm going to make his helmet. So the bottom of his helmet is here, you know, this long stretch of 7. So what you want to do is, you want to come to the end here and want to do an up left diagonal, and you want to go up 1. You want to do an up right diagonal, and you want to come across by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then you want to do an up right diagonal, across 2. Up 2. I forgot to get some water while I was editing. Then you want to do an up left diagonal. You want to come across by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you want to come down until it reaches that other block diagonally, like that. You can see that's, I suppose you could call it a visor. The glass of his helmet anyway, or whatever they use. I'm sure they use some sort of weird alien technology. Then what you want to do is, here, you want to come up 1, you want to come out 1 to the left, and you want to do an up left diagonal, and then an up right diagonal, you want to come across by 1, then you want to do an up right diagonal, come across by 1, want a final upright diagonal, and you want to come across by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then, well, let me show you what we've made so far, so you can see how that's slowly turning into a helmet. Like that. And, you know, pause that if you have to. Yeah. So you want to come up to this long block of 9, is it? I think it's a total of 9. And you want to do a bottom right diagonal. You want to come 1 to the right. Another bottom right diagonal. And again. Come down by 1. Bottom left diagonal. Bottom left diagonal. Come to the left 1. And let me show you. See how it is? It's going to be hooking around into... Well, in fact, we can do that now. Alright, so that's what we have so far. You know, pause that where necessary and all that such. And you want to... you see this middle block here that's pretty close to the edge of the visor. You want to bring this up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also, it comes level with there. And then you just want to like do an upright diagonal and like join the 2 pieces of helmet together, like that, as you can see. Nice and simple. And you want to do the same sort of thing with this part here. So you just want to drag the black across so it joins up there. and then you want to then, you know, go one block underneath, or 2 blocks underneath, so you leave a space, and you want to come out one, to a bottom right diagonal, come across one, like that. That will be relevant in a second. So really, like I said, for the outline, only for the outline, we have just got the shoulder to make. I was going to say we're just about done, but the outline's just about done, we're not just about done. So you want to come to here, this like sideways L, no, sideways J. Yeah, God, I'm stupid. You want to do an upright diagonal, throw 2 on top. Up left diagonal, 1 to the left. Up left diagonal, 1 to the left. Up left diagonal, 2 to the left. Can see how that joins up now? You can see why I did that? Yeah, you can. And from here, you just want to like go up 2 and join that together. So, you know, it all joins up together nicely. That is the outline finito, finished. This is kind of difficult. I know how I always want to do these colour schemes, and I don't see the point in showing you. I think I'll just do all of the colours individually, and you know, you can piece them in where you need. So basically, well, let's start off with the visor. Let's do this first. So basically, you want to. I keep saying basically now. I'm on a basically streak, but let me show you. So in the visor, it's mostly orange and brown. That is all of the brown inside of the visor. Very simple to copy. I'm just going to fill it in with orange now. Yeah, with these, it's like it seems a bit pointless to show you how to do the colours like in the same fashion as the outline, when, you know, there's a limited quantity of them, and just with looking, you should be able to deduce where they go, you know? I hope you get that. But there's a couple of sections which are just pure grey. So I suppose we could work our way from the top. No, you know what? Actually, what I'll do is I will add all of the grey in to the pixel art, and I will show you, you know, step by step where it all goes. So I'll do that and I'll be back. Alright, so I've added the grey in, and we'll start from the top to the bottom. What I don't want it to become now is just a series of like slideshow images. But I figure this is the easiest way, and if I put the colours in, you know, colour by colour, it will be nice and easy for you. Like I said, I don't think there's any real benefit to doing it any other way because of how small it is. So this is a helm. You can see where the grey goes. There's a very limited amount of grey in the helmet. There's just that peak on top of the visor and that 1 block underneath. So pause that if you have to. You may have already seen this, but I will give you a better angle at it. This is his shoulder and, you know, more so the back of his helmet and such. Should be able to see that just fine. Pause that if you have to. This is his lower torso, and I think that that is a good enough angle for you to see all of it. A lot of it is situated closer to his legs, and I guess groin plate if he has one of those. And his hand is almost entirely grey, and you can see the other bits where they are. Pause that if you have to. The actual legs themselves here do not have very much dark grey in them whatsoever. It's more just for shadowing rather than actual. I mean, the other greys of the pixel art, they're actually, you know, part of the armor, but most of it is just shadowing on the legs. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, and this is just a bit of a zoomed out what it looks like with all of the dark grey in, like that. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add probably the dark green. Yeah, I'll add the dark green, and I'll be back and I'll do the same sort of thing. Alright, so like I said, I'd just be repeating pretty much the exact same process. I added the dark green in next. because most of the dark green is situated, you know, pretty much next to the dark grey, because it's the second darkest colour. So, here you have the head. The dark green's, you know, probably in about as much abundance as the dark grey, but there's the head anyway. Pause that if you have to. This is like the bottom right part of his torso. Should be able to easily see where all of this goes, and remember that there is only one colour after this. This is the torso in its full form. You see, the way I figure it is, if you get the one colour in, the second colour is much easier to do, and then it only gets easier with the third and the fourth and the fifth and the sixth, etc, etc. And then for the bottom part of the pixel art, there's a lot more green in the legs than there are dark grey, as you can see. So pause that if you have to, and this is an overall of Master Chef. There you go. He looks really cool with the dark green, actually. You know what you could also do, if you were particularly daring, and I might do it at some point, is let's say you take, I don't know, either maybe red wool and nether brick, or perhaps red and orange, or two of the blues, or even the purple and the magenta. You could do the same colour scheme, keep the grey in, and just use the other two colours, and you can have whatever colour Spartan you want. I might actually throw that at the end of this video. But for now, you see all of those spaces there? Really easy all you have to do. So easy that I'm not even going to have to show you what to do afterwards. You just fill them in with light green. All of them. Just fill them in with light green, all of the spaces. Except that one. You know the one. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to be back. Alright, so there you have Master Chief in all of his glory. Note that I took the gold block out. That is indeed supposed to be see-through. The space between his torso and his arm. Honestly, I'm not sure if the arm is supposed to be part of the torso, but whatever. There you go. If you want to stick around a little bit, I think I'm going to give him a recolor, and by a little bit I mean like 2 seconds, because it'll cut off. But if not, thanks for watching. I hope this was somewhat useful, and enjoy your Master Chief if you've made him. I think he's pretty cool. Alright, so you may see here, you may notice something's a little different. I've done a little bit of tampering, and whilst I feel as though I didn't get the exact right colour combination there, maybe, you know what, screw it, that looks glorious. I kind of like that. I think it's got a certain charm to that. But equally so, you could do it with red or orange or yellow and orange, or I don't know, brick and ice, whatever you want. I wouldn't do that, but you know, whatever you wanted to, and that works equally so for anything that I've done. And you know what, furthermore, anything anyone else has done. If you don't like the colours, if you think something would look a little bit better, a different colour or something added, do it. Simple as that. I actually do prefer the green and such a little better than this, but you know, it's going to get kept like this anyway. You could have an army of them if you wanted to. Maybe I'll do that. And on the whole abridging them thing, if you think he wants an energy sword in his hand, throw an energy sword in his hand. If you think he needs a jetpack, add a jetpack. If you think he needs a turkey hat, add one. Just do whatever. Do what you think you have to do to make it look good. And that is that. I'm not going to change it anymore, because I have a couple more things that I need to make this morning. So, thanks for watching again. Hope you enjoyed it somewhat, and I hope it was useful. Hey, if you've made it this far into the video, maybe you think I deserve a like. If you want to, comment, and if you're new here, maybe you should think about subscribing. I put out new content at least every other day. And for my fellow video makers, if you're interested in a YouTube partnership, click the link below in the description.